I guess we'll be betting or maybe not betting on a very good outcome over the next several days, Betty. Those are the three Bloomberg charts you need to know.
Hard not to place your bets on that growth. All right, Ramey, thank you so much. Casino revenue in Macau, as he just showed you, stronger than expected last month after the disruption caused by the typhoons in August. And it does provide that positive momentum as the world's largest gambling hub enters the Golden Week holiday. Let's discuss all of this and the prospects for the week with iGaming's managing partner, Ben Lee. So, Ben, tell me first off, I know that, it's early, right? Early days. But what are you expecting? What are you seeing so far?
Good morning, Betty. What we're expecting is a very, very good month for the month of October. So, compared with the same time last year, where Wynn has already opened, and we saw that the casino, particularly the Wynn Palace, which had just newly opened, and the Parisian, were struggling to fill their rooms during Golden Week. Yet this year, the hotel rooms were booked out probably about 3 weeks prior to Golden Week, and the rates that they were asking for were something like 3 times what the normal going rate was. So we expect a bumper season this Golden Week.
Okay, so it certainly looks like a recovery is well underway, and I know you were the VP of Casino Marketing for Venetian Macau as well as others. It was interesting to see, Ramey's charts there saying that some of the winners are expected to be the U.S. casino operators in Macau. Would you agree?
It's a mixed bag. So what we have seen with this VIP-led recovery is that the casino operators who have dominated in the VIP segment have done really well in the past 6 to 12 months. Galaxy has taken over the lead from Sands. Wynn Palace, which used to be number 5, has surged to number 3 to share the 3rd spot with Macau. SJM, on the other hand, has fallen back to the 5th spot, and bring up the tail is MGM.
Yeah, it's all been about these Chinese visitors that really kind of led to this resurgence in Macau. I mean, last year we saw the number of Chinese visitors rose to about 970,000 during that. We're expecting about 10% higher, I think, or maybe a little bit roughly a ballpark here this year as well. I mean, this brings us back to the levels I think we saw before President Xi Jinping's anti-corruption campaign. Do you think that's the worst is way behind us now? Are we actually getting back to kind of these normal levels, and are they sustainable? Well,
we are getting back to the so-called normal level, but the normal level now is different to what it was before 2014.
How so?
In that we no longer have the super whales that we used to. The ones would come and lose in the vicinity of 100 to 150 million Hong Kong dollars in one weekend.
Yeah.
We don't see them anymore. What we have is a huge, basically middle segment of that VIP segment, and the long tail towards the bottom end.
You mentioned about the mass market. I was going to ask you about that because, as Remy mentioned, we had the opening of Wynn Palace, the Sands China Parisian, the Studio City in the last year or two. There has been a focus on the mass market. Do you think that these bets could actually pay off, I guess, for some of these casino operators? Because the competition is getting quite fierce.
Yes, and there you touch a favorite topic of mine. The so-called mass in Macau is really a bit of a conflagration between mass and VIP. Now, in all other jurisdictions around the world, you have mass, you have VIP. You don't have this thing in the middle called premium mass. And that's what the casino operators have been talking about, but really the premium mass is the VIP. Now, if you were to lump the premium mass back into the VIP where they belong, really mass has not performed.
So how is that going to be a problem looking at 2018? Of course, we're going to see the likes of MGM Cotai opening in January, SJM as well. I mean, especially, that they've had to push back, I'm saying MGM here, push back their opening of their casino because of the typhoon last month, or August, I should say. So does this actually be a big setback here for some of these new casino operators?
Absolutely. MGM, you will remember, they said they're going to build a mass property. If you were to look at Wynn Palace, they opened with a property that has failed in the mass market.
Yeah.
Now, MGM, in a worse off location than Wynn Palace, is going to suffer similar problems. And Wynn Palace, by the way, have not been able to motivate their premium mass to move from the peninsula over to Cotai.
But describe exactly what you mean between the premium mass and the VIP segment, Ben.
All right, insofar as Macau government is concerned, there are really only 2 segments, the mass and the VIP. Now, Some of the analysts have talked about the premium mass being a resurgent class, but the premium mass are really nothing more than the VIP who migrated downwards into mass because of the anti-corruption and the anti-ostentation. So there's no standard definition of premium mass. It could be a $1,000 player, it could be a $1 million player, right? But the casino operators have labeled this premium mass in the hope that the U.S. traders will get confused between mass, real mass, and premium mass, which, by the way, the margins on the premium mass are approaching the skinny levels of that of the VIP. But by calling it mass, they hope to give the traders the impression that it is actually as profitable as a grind mass.
Ben, before we let you go, I was going to talk a little bit more about the Chinese government. Of course, last month they were inflicting a little bit more scrutiny when it comes to overseas investment, into real estate, hotels, casinos, the like. Do you think Macau should be worried?
No, in fact, it's a good thing for Macau. So we have seen, as you've shown in the charts before, the overseas jurisdictions, Singapore, Australia, Vegas, their exposure to the Chinese business have dropped over the last 12 months. And these people are coming back to Macau to play. Now, on the back of that, the Chinese government have said that, look, we're going to stop Chinese companies from investing in competing casinos outside of Macau. So it's actually a good thing for Macau. It basically, we've got the players back, and we are going to keep those players because there'll be nowhere else for them to go.
Okay. Ben, great to have you. Thanks so much, Ben Lee, their iGameX managing partner, joining us here in Hong Kong. Of course, you can get a roundup of the stories you need to know to get your day going in today's edition of Daybreak. For Bloomberg subscribers, just go to DayBgo on your terminal. It's also available on your mobile in the Bloomberg Anywhere app. There you can customize your settings so you only get the news and the industries and assets that you care about. This is Bloomberg.
Jack Sparrow took everything from me and filled me with rage.
He's coming for you.
No, there's no need to bother me. Cadets will not rest until they get their revenge. Time to race the dead. John.
Pirate's life. Here's where the tale ends.
Pirates of the Caribbean, Salazar's Revenge. Purchase on Channel 481 and on demand.
How far would you go for good food?
However obscure and however difficult, if it's good enough.
One man will go the distance.
It really is in the middle of nowhere.
To find the most incredible food.
On my way.
In the most unlikely of places.
It's like a fairy tale. This, allegedly, is a restaurant. Never in 100 years should this work.
All new Hidden Restaurants with Michel Roux Jr. Sunday nights at 8 on FYI. Feed your indulgence.
Greatness is won through control, a focused mind, and skills the greatest players have mastered. Let them show you in the ATP 500 China Open live.